And some of the problems that come with that disadvantage is that, an extreme case is that, you know how you get to a place and automatically you want something from that. So if you go to a party and the first thing you do is you greet people and they go, where's the beer? Yeah, you don't even think about it. Oh, I'm going to get a beer first before I go and share and talk to people. And so it's the desire for alcohol when in certain places. An example, it's the same thing for cigarettes. It's a desire for a cigarette when you're at a certain trigger. Yeah? You know, for some people it's having a coffee. I'm going to have a cigarette. It's called, you know, the cue. There's a cue that triggers that habit. And it's not the most obvious ones as well. The other one is negative thinking. Automatically go to a negative place when unpleasant things happen. And a lot of us know this concept. So that's what automaticity does in a bad way for us, or in an ineffective way. It prevents us from having a life of well-being, because we get bogged down in this automatic programming. Well, something bad happens. It's called learned helplessness, if you want to think how it works. And they did some research on it. We actually do program ourselves to think negatively, that nothing good will come, because this has now happened. And that's a reaction that we get when we have a lack of awareness of our automatic behavior. The other one is letting our emotions guide our behavior. That's an automatic one as well. Yeah, when you get angry, what's the natural thing to do? Yell and scream. That's a natural occurrence, so we let the emotions do that. Yeah, when we get sad, our natural reaction is to maybe push it away, or deny something that's going to make us sad, or interrupt that thinking by distracting ourselves. And that's the normal thing. You get a lot of denial when it comes to bad things happening, yeah? And that's an emotion driving that behavior and our actions. So these are the things that makes automaticity a disadvantage. And so we want to go to that place where it's a disadvantage for all of us, and go, okay, how do I make it so that I'm not in that place? That's what this whole session is about. What are your thoughts so far?
I've got a comment actually.
Yeah, go for it.
I agree with what you're saying. The thing is, for me, it feels like the unconscious thing that you don't think. I feel like there's more of a sliding scale, because in some situations, like for example, Jaden would have the iPad, and I can feel myself like that go to automatic anxiety and like.
Yes.
And I'm very aware of that. Like I'm completely understanding how my body is and how my mind is.
Yes.
I don't think that's particularly unconscious. But in another situation where there's small increments and then I'll just lose it a little bit, and then that's really automatic, and I feel like that's really I can't connect with my body, and that seems more unconscious. So I don't know if for me it's more of a sliding scale.
Yep.
Some is more unconscious, some is more quite like you're quite aware.
Yeah. So it isn't the fact that it's on a scale. You kind of hit it. It's the fact, and we'll discuss it in the next one. It's the fact that you said you were aware of it happening. Yeah. That's where it matters. Yeah. A lot of us aren't aware that we get anxious because something has triggered. Yeah. A lot of us will just react, and that's what I mean by that. Yeah. It's not the fact that that happens. Yes, like I said, up to 90% of our behaviors are automatic. It's just that we're not aware that they're happening at the time. And that's the challenge. Yeah, mindfulness is not saying stop the behavior. Mindfulness is saying, oh, I know that's happening. And once I go to that, I know it's happening, I can change it. But a lot of us go to that thing where, blah, or whatever that we do in a reaction to an event and don't even know. So therefore we can't change it because we're not actually in that moment. Does that make sense? So the discussion is actually, yes, it is that, and it's not even about on a scale. It's awareness. Yeah. That's really the part that we want to get to as well, because that's what we're saying, is that these programs are happening in your lives right now. Yeah. In fact, the way you're storing and processing the information I'm giving you is based on a program that you've had running for a while. Yeah. But are you aware of how you're thinking right now? That's one. Yeah, are you even aware of how you're processing this? And that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we don't have that awareness a lot of the times, and that's when it can make us ineffective.
I've actually learned to acknowledge when I get an emotion.
Okay.
And just go, why am I feeling this way? And then if it's negative, I'll go, it's not, if this situation, if I don't have the power to change the situation, don't worry about it. I'll try and move past it.
Good. This is good, girl.
One thing I've been learning to do.
Great. Good practice. It is a good practice to have. Yep. I'll touch on that. I'm glad you brought that up.
It's like real life meditation. Meditating in life.
Yeah.
So I can't meditate.
Meditate in the moment.
Good at it, so I just try to think in the moment.
Well,
and something comes up that upsets me, I'll sit there and go, hang on a minute, why am I feeling this way? Why do I feel upset? And then I'll go through the whole of what's just happened and then go, hang on a minute, I can't change that, it's got nothing to do with me.
Yep.
If it's got nothing to do with me, and then I'll just push it aside like, well, I can't do anything about it. There's no point in me wasting my time worrying about it. And then I'll try to move on.
Thank you for sharing that. Can I give you some insight? That is meditation. The fact that you process the thoughts, the feelings, is you meditate on the thing. Meditation is not always, it's part of it, but it's not always about quiet. Yeah? A meditation is that we meditate, we process it. Yeah? So you're actually on your way. We have mindfulness is a lot of stuff. It's not just meditation. It's that awareness concept, and that's what we talked about on the last session.